Hello everyone and welcome to a first date get ready with me. Hey. It's been a minute, right? I think so. I think it has. It slightly feels like, just the other week I did one of these, but I didn't. So time flies when you're stuck inside, and part of the way that it flies is that we occupy ourselves, yeah? One of which is bored Bumble swiping. Anyone else? I was so close to deleting my Bumble app because I just was sick of it and was not in the mood for dating, like in the slightest. So I did, my one last swipe-a-rooney session and matched with some people and talked to some people, and the only one that ended up lasting in terms of conversation and me actually wanting to continue to converse with said person is this guy that I will be, too much concealer I think, probably, but yeah, this guy that I will be video chatting with tonight. So, very exciting. I really don't know much of anything about this guy. I don't feel like we've been talking for that long, but maybe we have, but it's not like an everyday kind of a thing. I would say it's more like an every other day kind of a thing, and even when we do talk, I don't feel like, it's not been anything like deep so far. It's just kind of, what are your hobbies? What do you do for a living? Blah, blah, blah. So, we'll see. It's interesting. I feel like the last couple of times, maybe, that I've had a first date, it's like I go into it already kind of knowing the person. Like, we do chat about a lot of stuff beforehand, and so I'm like kind of excited for the video date and whatnot. But this time around, it's not that I'm not excited. It's just, like I said, I barely know anything about this guy. And so it's just kind of going in blind, except, I know what he looks like if his pictures are accurate. So we shall see. You never know. He's older than me, which is great. I am very much so going that route now, because before I wasn't, like, against dating older than me. I just, anytime I would match with someone and they actually wanted to meet up, this and that, it tended to be guys that were quite a bit younger than me, like 3-4 years. And that has clearly not been working out. Guys that are that much younger than me are looking for much different things than I'm looking for in a relationship, for the most part. Obviously, that is a stereotype, but that is basically all I ever ran into. So, I changed pretty promptly after I broke up with my last Bumble guy. I changed on my profile. I think the youngest I have it set to is 1 year younger than me, so 29. I think I have it set from 29 to, 36 or something, because I feel like 40 might be a little too old for me, 10 years. I don't know. Some people are okay with that kind of an age difference, but I just don't know that I would be good with it. So, as of right now, that's what we got. Oh, this guy's either 2 or 4 years older than me. I don't remember off the top of my head. That's what I mean. I barely know this guy or anything about this guy. So, if nothing else, exciting. I also I didn't mean to, but I technically stood him up a few days ago. Like 5 days ago, so almost like a week ago. We had planned like 2 weeks ago to do a video call date. And so we had set the day for a Wednesday, and we set the time and everything. And when we had been talking before that, he had told me, I think on Sunday, he was going up to his family's cabin and going to spend time with the fam and blah, blah, blah. Cool. I don't remember if we were really chatting in between there, or if I was just kind of like, okay, be up at your cabin, like I won't bug ya. And then I feel like on Wednesday morning I got a message from him responding back to whatever my last message had said, and like at the end of it, it said something, along the lines of, yeah, I didn't know I was going to be staying up at the cabin this long, but I'm actually still there, blah, blah, blah. And I took that as, and this was my fault, I assumed, and I shouldn't have assumed, but I assumed that was him saying, hey, I'm still up at my cabin with my family. I can't video chat tonight. Well, apparently that was not the case. Because I think I sent him a message then, and, you know, just something along the lines of like, cool, have fun with your fam, blah, blah, blah. And then he had sent me a message at some point responding to that, and so I went to check the message at the end of the night before I went to bed so I could respond to him. And I don't know, you must need to be logged in to Bumble in order to see that someone is video calling you, which I think is not good. You know, I think it would be better if you didn't have to be on Bumble, you know, your app didn't have to be open, and then you could still see that you're getting a video chat, because before I went to bed, I saw that he tried video calling me at the time that we had designated that night. I felt so bad, because I mean, I was just at home editing a video. Like, I totally could have video chatted with him that night, but I was an idiot, and I assumed. I felt really, really badly, so I just apologized profusely to him. I was like, I am so sorry. That was completely my fault. Like, I'm such a jerk. That's awful. I really hope I didn't hurt your feelings, and blah, blah, blah. Told him let's reschedule so that he knew I wasn't just blowing him off and trying to get out of it or whatever. And he messaged me back and said like, oh no, it's no problem at all. Like, I really should have confirmed with you that we were still on for that night, since we had set it up quite a while ago, and da-da-da-da-da. So that was this past Wednesday. It is now Sunday. So not too far into the future. Now we get to have our makeup date. So exciting stuff, right? Who knows what'll happen? Only time will tell. Will this guy be the reason I get to finally delete Bumble? I mean, I hope so. That is always my hope going into these things. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get my hopes up and set any, what's the word? Not overwhelming, but like, I don't want to set any kinds of hopes or expectations on things, you know? No need for that kind of pressure. I just hope the weather stays okay. I actually think it's supposed to be storming when we are planning on talking. Hey, look what came in the mail. I am so excited to use this. Thank you, Leaping Lily. I hope it's okay that I'm saying this is from you. I mean, you have put it in public comments and stuff that you sent this to me, but let's see how it looks on my face. Okay, Rue, how'd you do? Surprised. For a highlight from RuPaul, that's actually a bit more subtle than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, a little bit more. It's not a bad thing. Like I said, just not what I was expecting. And now for the blush. Such a beautiful pink. Oh, yes. Ooh, yes, very pink. Oh, I didn't put on my contour yet. What am I doing? Very, very blushy. Okay, well, whatever. I guess on camera it might not show as much. Let's buff this out with my powder brush, you know? There. Much better. Oh, that would have been way too much. Well, good to know. It's a powerhouse. But yeah, whew, I haven't like been feeling nervous at all about this date, and now that I'm talking about it, my heart is kind of palpitating. I mean, like I said, I really don't know anything about this guy, but it's just one of those things where you want people to think well of you, yeah? When you first meet, you want it to be a good first impression and all of that, so we'll see. But hey, I mean, if I end up like hating this guy after this one call, maybe I don't want my first impression to be great, because then hopefully he hates me too, and we don't have to worry about ever talking again. Yeah? Just making me I've been watching, I feel like I've mentioned this, maybe it was in a live stream or something, but Married at First Sight, as well as Married at First Sight Australia. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine what kind of nerves they feel. If these are the nerves that I get before doing just like a video call, imagine you're about to get married, and that's the first time you're meeting them. And I mean, I know arranged marriages are a real thing in certain cultures, but do they, I guess I don't know much of anything about how the process goes, and it's obviously different from culture to culture, but do they do it like on the TV show where they don't meet until they're up at the altar, or do they get to meet if they do arranged marriage for like a religious reason? That's usually why, right? Or like for a family status reason. Do they meet before they go up at the altar? I can't even imagine. I think I would, instead of carrying a bouquet, I would carry a puke bucket, because I would need it. the whole time. I mean, wouldn't that be a great first impression? I mean, maybe I could spice it up and glue some flowers to the outside of the bucket to make it look a little more appealing. But, oh, the Australian one is just a hot mess. Poor Michelle. Ugh, helping Steve to overcome a childhood trauma. And then as he's thanking her, he's like, thank you so much for that. By the way, you're ugly. And I am not attracted to you in the slightest. I've tried and it can't be done. Come on, dude. Timing, and wording. Like, obviously he didn't say it in those words, but it was pretty much, you know, hey, so the reason why I haven't been physically intimate or anything with you is because I am not attracted to. And I haven't been attracted from the start, and so I was hoping that with time the attraction would grow, but like I still don't find you attractive, and that's why physical touch is few and far between from me. Ouch, dude, ouch. Like, I totally get that. I think most of us have been in that kind of a situation where you try to, you know, give the person a chance even though you're not physically attracted to them, and then hopefully over time the physical attraction will grow. That definitely does happen. It's just there's better ways of wording it than how he did. So, I don't know. And like I said, timing could have been better. Generally, when you're thanking someone, you don't want to follow that up immediately with an insult. Yeah, kind of takes away from the thanks you were trying to give. Just my opinion. I'm trying to think if I think any of the couples on that show are gonna last. I don't know that they are. I hate, what are their names? Stacy and Michael. Oh, I hate both of them. I mean, Michael way more than Stacy, but Stephanie? Stacy. So many names. There's so many couples on that show. I'm really excited. Look what I finally got. Hey, let's play with some new makeup today. Why not? When I ordered the new ColourPop foundation, I wanted to add more to my orders that I got free shipping. And so I was like, you know what? 'Tis the time. I'm gonna finally try out this palette, because I always thought it looked absolutely gorgeous, but with ColourPop I never know what they are and aren't going to send me as PR. It's very strange, and like I said, I have yet to figure out their reasoning behind what does and does not get sent to me. So I hadn't purchased the palette for those reasons, and then I just never ended up getting around to it because like so many palettes were being released, and you know, I can only use so many palettes in my life, but this one just looks gorgeous. This is the Kathleen Lights palette. So jaded. Where do I want to start? So much to choose from. I don't have any kind of idea of what I'm wearing, so maybe I should just stick with some neutral stuff. But like, oh, also these teals and blues and olives and greens are calling to me. How does one choose? I think I'm gonna start off with rose quartz just to put down a transition shade. I don't know why they didn't put, I mean, this is such a big palette. You so could have put a mirror right here and just shrunk the jewels down a little bit, and they could have even overlapped with the mirror a little bit. That could have been really cool. I just will never understand. It's really not the end of the world. The palette doesn't have a mirror. I just really like them too. I doubt the day will ever come, but if I ever get to do a collab with a brand on an eyeshadow palette, oh, you know, I will make it mandatory that there's a mirror in there. You guys hear me complain about it enough. I can't even imagine if I were to release one and then not have a mirror in there, what you guys would say. Like, Cassie, what the heck? It's something you comment on with every single freaking palette, and then you went and did that. Nay. I mean, this shade is beautiful for a crease transition shade on me. Love it. Love. How rude. Memory card cut me off. Maybe that's a sign though. I guess I don't have too much else to say about this guy, because like I said, I really don't know anything about him, and I don't know that I really have much else to say in general on dating right now. I just am not really in the headspace for it. I mean, enough where if I wasn't like, I can't date right now like at all, I obviously wouldn't toy with this guy and I wouldn't be doing this, but I know I said I was gonna do something kind of neutral, but I'm actually gonna go into stoned. I'm gonna kind of dip into these greens a little bit. I can't help it. Can't help myself. It's not that I only love you and nobody else, but it's just what's calling to me today. And I know this particular shade probably won't come off as very green. It's more of a deep raw umber with charcoal and baby poop green brown undertones. I like it. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's just such a weird climate right now to be dating. I can't even imagine if you had like just started seeing someone right before the quarantine and you were actually like working out with that person, and then you had to quarantine from them and go from seeing them in person to like only being able to video chat with them. That sucks. I hope people have been able to work through that. Ugh, I could just see so many people just giving up on it. And that's so sad, especially if you were like a really good match. Because I know some of you have told me that in the comments, that really sucks. You know, you haven't been able to see your significant other in so long because of this quarantine, but like at least you have video chat, but like at the same time it really sucks. I can imagine. So now I'm gonna go into Jade and I'm gonna blend that out into my crease. But yeah, you guys should definitely let me know how you're doing in the dating world. Or maybe you're married and so you've been stuck with your significant other and maybe you're driving each other crazy and you wish you were single. You know, I feel like everyone is kind of all over the board right now. It's just a very strange time to be alive, but at the same time, I think we just have to be grateful for being alive and if we do have our health and all that. So, yeah, as I said, I really think that's about all I have to comment on. I'm gonna finish up this eye look and let you know how it turns out once I'm done. I'll let you know what colors I ended up using for the lid because I'm kind of going back and forth in my brain right now. If I'm gonna do a green look or if I'm gonna keep it semi-neutral. You guys will find out in just a second. Alrighty, here we have it. Here is the final look. I'm very happy with it. I think these eyeshadows look fantastic together. So to finish off, I just did Sunstone in the inner half of my lid and then Tiger Eye on the outer half, and then I very lightly dotted my finger into Topaz and boop 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 on top of it. Oh my gosh, so gorgeous. I also put Pearle in my inner corners, did a nude liner in the waterline, my Chutney Bite Beauty liquefied lipstick, mascara, did a half and half on my eyeliner. I did a darker brown on the inner half of my lid, and then I did a black liquid liner wing on the outer half. So here's the look. As I said, I think it turned out all right. Now I just get on with my day and hopefully everything goes well. Next time I see you guys, I'm pretty sure it'll be after my date. So I will see you very soon. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. I mean... Can you guys tell? It's actually a different day than when I filmed the first portion of this video. Yeah. So, the day that I had originally filmed this, you know, it was the afternoon of when we were supposed to talk that evening, and he basically just messaged me saying, hey, I actually decided to go and play disc golf with my friends. Can we chat later tonight? Instead, because we were planning on 7. He was like, can we chat later, like at 10? And I was like, I'm a grandma. Grandma's gonna be in bed reading. So no, we cannot do 10 o'clock. Let's just pick another day. So we picked today, and I mean, it was good. It was fine. He seems like a more quiet guy, so it maybe a little shy. So there were definitely times where conversation was lacking. But like overall he seemed very nice, and you know, got a couple laughs out of each other, and you know, I wouldn't be opposed to talking to him again. But I just don't know that there was any kind of a connection there, you know? I don't know, maybe he felt differently. I didn't wear my All Might shirt, okay? Just before anyone says that. So, I mean, hey, I gave it my best shot. We chatted for about an hour, and it's just, I feel horrible. Like, what if this guy ends up being my person? I mean, hey, sometimes this sort of thing happens, and the first time wasn't the greatest, but like, I didn't feel anything. I felt like we had a nice conversation and that was about it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where you never know what the future holds. We're in such a weird time right now with all of the nonsense happening, the big ick in the world. And so it's just hard knowing like when we would ever even get to meet up and that sort of a thing. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I tried. Ah, fresh bed sheets. You guys are a little low. My camera setup today. Preston, get off. This isn't about you, Preston. So yeah, I don't know that there's much else to say, you guys. I guess I'm just gonna take things day by day, see where things go, and, you know, not get my hopes up or down or anything, and just let things develop whichever way they develop. I feel like quite a few of you tell me in the comments that your now hubby or your now married partner first date sucked. And you didn't like them at all, but you gave them another chance, and look at where you are now. Now it is true love for life. You've been married for 5-10 years or more, and so hey, you know, I just have to, like I said, just have to let things develop however they do. It's a very weird time to be dating right now, as many of you, if you are also in the same boat as me, are doing. It's just strange, you know, you don't know when or if you're ever gonna meet up in person, and it's just a really unsure time. So I think that's another reason why I'm just gonna kind of let the cards lie as they will. So I hope you guys enjoyed this dating update, this multi-day dating update. How mangled did my hand look there? Anyways, blah blah blah, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. Definitely, you know, let me know in the comments down below if you are in the same boat as me trying to date right now, how you're feeling about it, how things are going. You can let me know anything you want, really, so long as it's YouTube appropriate. You can also, you know, if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are ya? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. Become a member of my casserole family here on this channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, stay well until then. Bye! What the heck is all over my shirt? Kind of looks like I had a much better time tonight than I did.
I went to this club, right, and they had no baggy pants and no sneakers. That was wild. I didn't know what to think about that.